Hello guys, a very good evening to all of you. Welcome back. So welcome to Textbook Regulatory Bodies. So guys, in this particular session, we are going to talk about uh, the core strategy for working professional if you are planning to prepare for RBI Grade B examination in 2026. So basically, we will be talking around the daily schedule as well as weekly requirements and your phase 1, phase 2 wise priority, the importance of mock and other part, right? So when it comes to RBI Grade B examination, we have three phases. Phase 1, which is where you will be facing four subject. This is something where biggest elimination happen, right? So phase 1, then phase 2, which is a combination of objectives as well as descriptive writing, and phase 3 is interview. Now as a working professional, we are having some sort of experiences with the phase 1 things, like let's say if you are working with bank, so you have prepared well aapka quant reasoning in English. So the only requirement from phase 1 will be your current affairs things and all. So how to deal with that particular one. The another phase is phase 2, which become very important for the आपका working professional, how to manage that particular one, that we are going to discuss in this session, right? So basically your daily plan, so things like my suggestion is ki at least, or this is downside, minimal requirements, okay? So 1.5 hours to 2 hours if you contribute on daily basis throughout the week, okay? So that is required. Phase 2 will be phase 2 should be your priority. So that is something ki, like let's say if you have already prepared for the government jobs, so you know aapka the quant reasoning English very well, and that is that you can drive through the mock test or the basic practice also, okay? So phase 2 should be your priority. Like if you are a novice or the fresher person who is aapka during the graduation or the after graduation, if they are preparing, the phase 1 is their priority, but you have already done with those particular things. So now phase 2 should be your core priority. Then when it comes to the weekly revisions are must. So on weekend you have to have allot at least 3 to 4 hours, where we will be discussing the further bifurcation plan also, right? Then when it comes to mock, so mock analysis are very important, okay? Like weekly mock you can go, like let's say for phase 1, as of now for next 2 months you can go with the phase 1 mock, and after attempting that particular mock, analysis is very important one. So you can find out your weak areas and you can simultaneously start working around those particular topic wherever you are facing some sort of aapka difficulties and all, right? So basically like this is something which is very important for all of us, because this is something which you have already done. And for the current affairs part, I'll not suggest daily current affairs, just go for the weekly compilation as well as monthly revision, so that will help you in that particular case, okay? Then interview we'll talk later also, right? So this is your weekly basis thing, okay? So first, during the weekdays you have to give at least 1.5 hours to 2 hours to your phase 2 subject, like ESI finance. You can start with ESI in finance, then later you can start preparing for management. So ESI is completely current affair driven, at least 70 to 80% question will be from current affairs. Finance 50 to 60%. Management is completely static, so it will require 15 to 20 hours thorough study to complete the entire curriculum and all, right? So phase 2, what you are doing, so like during the week itself you are studying these particular subject, and on weekends you can have 1 and 2 hours, or like let's say Saturday आपका 1.5 hours for this particular one, Sunday for आपका the phase 1 revision mock test and other part, you can allot this much of time, ठीक है? Current affairs revision if you'll do on weekly basis, so that will help you in this particular case आपका, ठीक है? So current affairs just prepare on the weekends, go for the weekly compilation for PIB and finance current affairs and the general current affairs. That is more than sufficient for this particular one. Now mock test analysis is very important, because see, if you go for the mock test, it is not about how many mock tests you attempt, it is about the analysis part, okay? So let's say if you go for the phase 1 mock test initially for the next 2 months, then do the analysis and work on the weak areas aapka, then simultaneously start practicing or giving the phase 2 full length mock also. And from May onwards, you can start, or April onwards, you can start practicing the descriptive writing. Till that time, you can write descriptive. आपका ठीक है, you can just prepare the descriptive portion with the help of a page of paper. Like you can write things on a page, basically the keywords and all. So that will help you in revision case and all, right? So mock analysis is very, very important in your case because you are not having that much of time to go through things आपका in detail. So, and we are assuming कि phase 1 you have already prepared. You just need to brush up. Like even in the beginning, let's say if your percentile is about 70, then gradually it will come around the 80 or the 90. So you have to have anyhow like come up with a percentile of 90 or 90 plus. That is the basic requirement for the phase 1 itself, right? So these are some basic things. So basically my suggestion to all of you guys, first start preparing as soon as possible. Regularly you have to start with the phase 1 phase 2 subject, and phase 1 you can drive with the mock test. And if you are having challenge with the phase 1, then you have to work on the basic areas and all, and for that one you have to allocate more time. Phase 2 you can start with ESI and finance first. Just complete, once you'll complete the ESI, then start preparing for the management, because finance is bit lengthy, so that will take आपका more time. And then once you have done with one subject, start practicing the descriptive portion or the descriptive writing of that particular subject. And the weekends आपका you have to have go through the current affairs revision weekly and mock test for phase 1. So initially for next 2 months you can follow this particular curriculum. So specific time आपका regular basis, you have to stick on these particular thing. Initially phase 1 mock, you can go for the SBI PO mock, IBPS PO phase 1 mock also. They'll also help you to increase your accuracy and speed. And like weekends you have to have work on the current affairs part. When it comes to the overall आपका examination, this exam is bit current affair driven. So phase 1 general awareness means current affairs, 80 marks question will be there. So phase 1 basically two subjects are very important. One is your general awareness current affairs, the another one is reasoning because it is for 60 marks, third one is English, then quant anyhow you have to clear the cutoff things. So this should be your strategy. When it comes to the आपका phase 2 things, so here foundations are very important, concepts are very important. Work toward the concept part first and try to make your short notes, so they'll help you in the upcoming examination or while you go for the examination. This will help you to revise things also, right? Then when it comes to quant, reasoning and English, these are practice driven. English, if you'll go for the daily editorials, that will help you in your phase 2 also, and even it will support the for ideas for the your ESI related subject and all. Mostly the topics are commons which are generally part of the socio-economics, right? So this is the overall blueprint for all of you. Just start following your dream on regular basis. Start working on one subject. सारे सब्जेक्ट में एंटर नहीं करना, ठीक है? You do not have to involve yourself in all the subject because after some time you'll feel like maths. So the thing is कि just start with one subject, complete, then enter in another subject. This way, if you'll follow the for coming week or coming months or 2 months, 3 months, you will be able to cover the everything and you will be able to crack this particular examination. All right. So wish you all the very best for your preparation, guys. I'll see you in the classes. Thank you.